Okay, so now we move on to our second topic, that is about the extension teaching method. In the previous slides, we studied about the introduction about what is extension teaching methods and how the learning and teaching process take place in extension teaching method. So now we will move on to extension teaching methods and what are their classification, and inside the classification what is the matter. So the first thing is we have to know what is actually teaching extension teaching methods. So extension teaching methods are the tools and techniques used to create situation in which communication can take place between the rural people and the extension workers. So it's simply the techniques and tools that is used by the extension workers to teach the rural people. For example, if a person wants to give a demonstration of how to do harvesting through the threshers or the machineries, then that person has to have a good quality of technique, that is, and tools. That is, tools in this example can be associated with the tractors or the machineries or the um, tractor and the machineries that are used, and how to install, how to start, how to use it. That can be the techniques. Other thing is that there are so many techniques for different crops, so they have to teach all that to the rural people. Actually, in this method, in this teaching method, the extension worker has to be very patient to understand the rural people mind and act according to that. Uh, they are the methods of expanding new knowledge and skills to the rural people by drawing their attention towards them. So it's simply like they need to have something very interesting for them, not the same, the monotonous things that they are doing from several years. That should be a good, good techniques or good things, so that the person is so much involved in that and get excited to learn about the thing, arouse their interest. That is, if you will do the same thing, maybe the interest of the people will be very less and they will avoid being coming together and learning about the things. So you need to have something very interesting thing, so that the people by themselves they come dragging towards whatever the things you are doing, and helping them to have a successful experience of the new practices. So whatever the practices is there, you they need to have a successfully experience to the people. Why? Because new practices are not adapted to everyone, and being in the rural areas, people are very um, traditional, and they are stubborn about the culture and the process that they are following from years to years. So it's very difficult for them to change their mind, change their behavior, and uh, come up with something new, which is very much important to them. And the new practices will help them to understand the fact, like whether the thing is very much valid to them or not, whether they are able to come up with the facts, whether they are able to understand the things, whether it is hampering their previous life or not. This should be there. A proper understanding of these methods and their selection for a particular type of work are necessary. So it's simply like whatever methods we are using and whatever the selected material that we are using for explaining the new practices should be necessary for that thing. It's not like unnecessary things you put it on that and it will become a problem for them itself. So this is the classification of extension teaching methods. So, this classification of extension teaching method is divided into two forms. One is according to use, and other one is according to the form. If you talk about the according to the use, it is individual contact method, group contact method, and mass contact method. And according to form, written, spoken, visual, and um or objective, or spoken or visual. Okay, so now we move on to first thing according to the use. So one way of classifying the extension method is according to their use and nature of content. So according to the use, why we classify into use, because most of the methods are always having a tool and techniques. So where that tools are used, and how you are going to contact to the people using that tools, and the techniques how you will use to that person, how you will interact, or you will explain the technique to the person. In other words, whether they are used for contacting people individually, in a group, or in a mass. So we can say that what type of nature of contact is, whether it is an individual person who has came to learn about the new practices, or it is a group of people, like it's a 10 to 15 people, and whether it is a mass, it's a huge people, you are it's people from all over this district, or it's a people from all over the state that are coming. Based upon the nature of contact, they are divided into individual, group, and mass contact methods. So now we will understand how these, according to the use, these things are being divided. So first one is individual contact method. So extension method under this category provide opportunity for face-to-face or person-to-person contact between the rural people and the extension worker. So uh, individual contact methods, it will help the person to get involved with the fact that how this person is going to uh, benefit how the process, or the whatever the extension worker has came up with the program is going to benefit to the person. So sometimes the person first, they explain to the panchayat, they will enter the village and they will explain to the panchayat, and the panchayat, the sarpanch of that panchayat is the main person who come up and understand the fact, like this is the thing I need to work upon, or this is the new concept I have brought, this is the program. Plus it means they are contacting individually, then understanding the local problem, they need to have a contact with other people also. These methods are very effective in teaching new skills and creating goodwill between farmers and the extension worker. Okay, so as a human nature, when you are in a group, you are introducing yourself to the person in a group. Many of the people will not understand you, will not have a good um, interaction with you, because maybe they have some other idea or other conception about you, or other perception about you. But when you have the person as um what we say, as individually, when you contact them, then you will understand that the person is very much involved in whatever you are saying. So maybe he will be good listener and he will understand the fact, and it is easy for you to make him understand, because in a group there are 30 people. If there are 30 people, they are having 30 different minds to explain their this explain a single scenario. But if you are with the individual, you will have a interaction, a good discussion about the things, and then you can have a proper outcome, or the positive outcome. Mostly in the individual contact method, you have a positive outcome to the whatever the program you are having, or whatever the interaction is going on. Second one is group contact method. Under this category, the rural people or the farmers are contacted in a group which usually consists of 20 to 25 people. These groups are usually formed around a common interest. So, the second category is this a group contact method. So so you are explaining your idea as an extension worker to 20 to 25 farmers, uh, and these farmers are those who are interested in your program. It's not like some other person is there who is not interested and he comes and he tries to uh, take the important things, or maybe he will disturb you, maybe he will distract you, maybe he will comment in such a way that there is a good then some fight arise, or in what we say conflict arise. So to avoid that thing, a common interest people they come together, and that is in that common interest group people you disseminate your knowledge. This method also involves an face-to-face contact with the people, providing an opportunity for the exchange of ideas. So, like I have said, like if I am talking about the issue of uh, women working in fields, whether women should be working in the field, or whether uh, children should also means whole family is working on the field, or whether women are kept at home. So there is a interaction between the farmers to explain whether how much that is important. If it is not important, what is the reason? If it is important, what is the reason? And how you can improve that thing, so that all things works together. So these methods also involve, okay, for discussion on problems and technical recommendation, and finally for the describing the future course of action. So giving an idea, then having a discussion on that idea, and taking solution of that problem, possible solution, and you can also give some techniques or the solution to them, so that that is very much acceptable by them, and then carrying out that particular thing for the future. For example, if there is a irrigation problem, or transportation means market problem is there, where people are not able to go to the market and sell their products. So we can have some, we can sit on that thing, why people are there is a very less contact with the market and the farmer. So they will give some ideas, like maybe the roads are not good, maybe there is no not enough yield that we get, or people they don't give money, and also there are thousands of things, and then we sum up that roads are not good, or the vehicles are not coming to that. Because of that, vehicles are not coming to the village, so they can have a solution on that particular thing, and they can recommend for making government or the local government to make mm, roads, so that they can have interaction. Then mass contact methods. So mass contact method, in this an extension worker has to approach a large number of people for disseminating a new information and helping them to use it. This can be done through mass contact method. These methods are not more useful for making people aware of the new agriculture technology quickly. So if there is a different type of irrigation is there, different type of chemical fertilizers are there, so mass contact method helps them to get the idea in 2 to 3 seconds, and the person will have some important factors which will help them to go through the things. So the extension worker will use some new information to disseminate to the farmers. So important extension teaching methods and the three category are listed below. So these are the three category. So for individual contact method, farm and home visit. Like individual means if you go to the one farmer's farm, you go and ask your yield is very nice. What is the reason? How this thing is going on? Then home visit. How your livelihood is. If the project is about monitoring the livelihood of the people who are uh, living in the rural area, so they go for that. Then office calls are there, like one to one communication is there. So you, if you have any doubt, you can call to the ICR office, or oh sorry, KBK office, or any Kisan helpline call or something, and then uh, you can go and I have a interaction with it. Then telephone calls, then through personal letter also you can have an interaction with one to one individual. Then group is mass demonstration or result demonstration, national demonstration leading like training meetings are there, conferences are there, meetings are there, workshops are there. Then field trips like 20-25 people are my is are grouped together, and they all go to some area where they have people who have done demonstration on so many products, and they have adopted new technology. So field trips are good for them to understand, like before making any project, they you can have a field trip so that the farmers can easily understand what is the need for that particular program. Mass contact methods are about bulletins, like you have posters and leaflets are there. Um, then circulars are there, then radios are there, televisions is there, exhibitions are there, then Kisan Mela or something are there, posters are there that are displayed. Thousands of people, whether interested or not interested, they all see in that. Then, according to the form, according to the form, they have divided into three, that is written, spoken, audio, and visual. So written is bulletin thing, leaflet, personal letter, circulars. These are all the form of write up. Okay, spoken like meetings, discussion they are having, office calls are there, then telephone calls are there, and radios are there. That are all spoken. One person speaks and everybody listens to it. Then a objective or a visual, that is result demonstration, how to, if you are introducing something program related to the fertilizers. So if you applied NPK in this particular amount with this new chemical, then how much yield will be there. That is, and if the result are positive, that the yield is benefited to the farmer, then it will show a result demonstration. Then demonstration posters are there. So for every process, they have a poster like how to sow the seeds, at what distance, how to do mulching, how to do rotation cropping, and also posters are there. Then motion pictures like movies are there, so that is, then graph, because of this new introduction, how much the graph has went, how much the yield was there, how much income was given to the family. Then slides, film models, and exhibitions. So there are so many models that we are using to give to the people. Okay, so this is all about what this extension teaching methods are there. We will learn about each of the product in the later coming session, and it will be very helpful. And we will come across so many different types that will um, be used, and which type is suitable for what form of information dissemination.